Hello, Sensei Cisco here for Sensei Martial Arts. Today, we're going to take a look at running techniques, our kicks, our punches, all of our essentials, and kata blindfolded, and see how the loss of sight affects our sense of mobility and balance. If you're joining us in the future, you can jump ahead to about the 2-minute mark, as that will be the start of the lesson. For those of you tuning in right away, we're now going to take a moment and show that we are open just by sharing on our social media. So give me one moment as I press some buttons and let folks know that we are going strong. You will need today a blindfold. Many of you should have a mask or something that you go out with. This can be very easily used for your blindfold today. That's all we're going to do is pull it up high for our use. So share on my page. Continue hitting buttons. If it will respond, there it goes. There we go. There's that. And we should be all set. Let's go ahead and get this adjusted down just a little bit. And we should be good to go. All right, it is 6 o'clock, so let's get started. Okay, great. I'm already looking at it, and the camera is off center. So let's go ahead and pull this over just a hair. And now we should be not about where we need to be. That's good enough. All right, now, if you're just joining us or you jumped ahead in the video, I would like to take this time to inform you to go get a mask. As you saw in the title, the topic today is going to be blindfolded performance. We're going to remove one of our 5 primary senses and see how this affects our motions going through our Kihon and Kata drills. Now, everyone should, at least at the time of recording this, have a face mask. Now, I've got a pretty simple cloth one here. Simply goes around, hooks on the ears, and we're set. If you have one like this, grab that, because all you're going to do is pull it off the chin and over your eyebrows, and suddenly you're blinded. I can't see nothing other than some white and black spots. So, have a blindfold handy. If you don't have one of these types of blindfolds, you can absolutely grab a t-shirt to wrap around your face, a bit of cloth, a larger towel, anything that can cover the eyes. You do want to preferably keep your mouth open so that you can breathe comfortably. You're not trying to breathe through a whole lot of cloth. If your mouth is completely covered, it's going to be harder for you to breathe. So having it open with only your eyes covered will also work. I've even seen some studios, and I've done this in the past, where you take off your belt and you wrap your belt around the top of your head. This will also create a blindfold. I'll leave it up to you. You're smart people. Grab a blindfold and then come on back. But with that being said, let's go into our warm-ups. Now for a warm-up, we are going to go with sight. Of course, when we're doing our preparations, we want to make sure we are fully aware of what we're doing so that we don't injure ourselves as we exercise. All right. Jumping jacks. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Rook. Sit. Hatch. Ju, Jit, Jini, Jisan, Jishi, Jigo, Jiroku, Jisechi, Jihachi, Jiku, Niji, Nijich, Nijini, San, Nijishi, Nijigo, Nijiroku, Nijisechi, Nijihachi, Nijiku, Nijidu, Sanjich, Sanjiri, Sanjisan, Sanjishi, Sanjigo, Sanjiroku, Sanjisechi, Sanjihachi, Sanjiku, Yonji, Yonjich, Yonjini, Yonjiyon, Yonjishi, Yonjigo. That's I messed that up. Hachi, Ku, Yoji. Yame. Ooh, I don't know what I did with the numbers on that one. All right, deep breath in. Come on down for push-ups. Hitch, knee, sun, sheep, go, roko, city, hachi, ku, ju. Take a seat. Looks like there's some stuff on the floor here. Let's get that out of the way. And sit-ups. Hitch, knee, sun, sheep, go, roko, city, hachi, ku, ju. Come on up. Frog squats. Hitch, knee, sun, sheep, go, roko, city, hachi, ku, ju. And shake it out. Roll your neck. Keeping it relaxed and loose. Reverse. Hugs. Chops. Roll it up. Roll it down. Freeze and twist. Down to the hips. Roll the hips. Reverse. And let's go straight leg kicks today. Placing one foot back, keeping your knee locked out. You're going to swing your foot up as high as you can. For the front side, you're going to swing from your belt knot up your nose. You can put two hands out in front. Swing your foot up that middle line. Ready? Hitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Other foot. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Very good. Go ahead, place one hand on a wall to create a counterbalance as you swing your foot up to the side. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Other side. Again, placing a hand on the wall. We're not looking for balance here, so you can use the wall to cheat this, because we're looking to pull the tendons to stretch the leg, get it warmed up. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Very good. Shake it out. And taking one leg behind your back. Grab it with both hands. And pull your knee back behind. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Other side. Grabbing the other foot. 2 hands behind your back. And pull the knee. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Good. Shake it out. Good. Rub the knees. And we're set. Now, first I'd like to discuss is what is balance? Now, we have typically, most people think we have 5 senses. Those being sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Really the things that you can see on your head. And we have eyes to see. We have a nose that smells, ears that hear, a tongue that tastes, and skin that feels. Now, perception, or the ability to sense things, goes far beyond this. We have built into our systems dozens, if not hundreds, of senses. A center of balance, sense of balance is one. We have a sense of up and down, a sense of gravity. We have a sense of right and wrong, moral judgment. We have a sense of unease or internal wellness. Think you feel queasy or have an upset stomach. This is another sense that you have that says, maybe I ate something funny, it's not agreeing with me. So our body has many, many senses. The 5 are just the most common or easiest to kind of pinpoint, but yeah, I can see things. That is a sense. We use it a lot. Our sense of hearing we're using constantly as well. Right now, if I don't make any noise, I can hear my air conditioner going in the background. Now the microphone on the computer here probably can't pick that up. But I'm sure if you take a moment and pause, you can hear something in the background wherever you're training. Whether it's the drip in the sink, the scurrying of a dog or a cat upstairs, there's something that you can hear. Your sense of balance is one of these senses. If anything, I would say your sense of balance is your 6th or your 7th primary sense, as this is what allows us to walk, stand up straight and move. If you watch an infant moving around for the first time, they're going to fall constantly because they haven't developed a sense of balance. In fact, when a baby is first born, they don't really even have a sense of sight, not the way you and I know it. Rather, an infant, when they're born, sees very general shapes, kind of blobs, and can't make out fine details. This is why a lot of toddlers' toys are typically simple shapes in one solid color. Bright colors, solid objects. These are things that very young people see much easier. As we get older, our senses become more refined because we as humans become more accustomed to using those senses. Our sense of balance is no different. So now let's say, where does balance come from? Well, the easiest way to say that is your inner ears. Inside your ears, you have a little bit of liquid that is specially designed to always be pulled down to gravity. So when you're standing straight, those 2 levels are even. The moment we tilt to one side, those shift. because gravity was always pulling that water downwards. So as we shift to one side, that inner ear also shifts. And that sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, we're leaning to one side. Your muscles can then react to counterbalance this, to keep up straight. We can play with this by doing some just standing on one foot. We'll use tree pose. So you take your hands together, pick one foot up off the ground, and touch it to the side of your knee. And we stand. Hold for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you put your foot down, feel free. You can pick it back up. What we're going to do now is lean. So if we get back to our tree pose, and then lean to one side, feeling the ground. Now, I'm able to stay up here, but if you look carefully, my foot is shifting ever so slightly down there at the ankle. So if I lean, my ankle starts turning to try and compensate, putting more pressure in the floor. If I bow forward, my weight's coming to the head, so I'm going to feel more pressure on my toes. This pressure is a consequence of the inner ear telling the brain that we're falling forward. So we need to push against the floor in this side, whether it be over here or up here, to kind of keep the floor away from us and keep us standing upright. Let's try the other foot. Tree pose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, standing like this, well, for some of us, it's going to be fairly easy. For others, if you're stumbling, just practice a bit more. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Now, what I got everyone to do is go ahead and grab your blindfold, grab your mask, and we're going to put these on. So, to start off, I'm just going to put it on as though I was going to go outside. So I'm protecting my face, and I'm covered. Now, from here, I'm going to pull this up off of my mouth so that I can breathe comfortably, and then over my eyebrows so that now I am blindfolded. It's underneath my nose so that I can't even look down and see the floor. I can see nothing in front of me. Maybe a little bit of a shadow from my fingers, but ultimately I can't see the screen. I can't see left, right. I can see nothing. Now let's try our tree pose with the blindfolds on. So, picking whichever foot you'd like to start with, hands together, lift up, touching your toe to your knee, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Switch to the other side. Bring your foot up, hands in the middle, toe to your knee, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Now go ahead and lift your blindfolds up over your eyes so that you can see again. And suddenly, I just realized I'm turned off to the corner. My body adjusted during that exercise. Now you should have, or most likely you felt a little wobbly, far more so than when you were doing with vision. So let's do that again. And this time, without the blindfold, see how well you can stand. How high can you count without ever falling? Let's give it a try. I'm going to count for myself. I'd like you to count for yourself. As soon as your foot touches the ground, remember that number. Ready? Eyes open. Hands together and lift. 10, 9, 3, 4, counting up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and time. If you've made it to 40, I have utmost confidence that you will make it to 50, 60, and beyond. Now let's try it with the blindfolds. Keeping the same leg to lift. Place your blindfolds on, under the nose, above the eyebrows, so you're completely blinded. Hands together, and again, I'm going to count to 40, and think of the number. If your foot touches the ground, remember that number where you landed. Ready? And lift. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And blindfolds off. How high did you get? Now for me, I was able to hold to 40 count pretty easily with my eyes open. But when I had the blindfold on, even I felt a little wobbly. And my foot dropped at count 30. So if you beat me with the blindfolds on, awesome, good job. It looks like we had a comment. I forgot to say I was here to start. All right, how are you doing, Peyton? Good to see you. So what happens is, as soon as our eyes lose the equation, we have to completely rely on the equilibrium, the inner ear, to get our sense of balance, to feel gravity. Now, when our eyes are open, we can see. We can see what's up and down. And this allows us to then position ourselves to say, all right, my head is up. I'm leaning this way, I'm leaning. I can counter using my sight to help process where gravity and where up and down are. The moment we take that away, our body sensations take over. And we can get a little paranoid or overcompensate. So let's switch to the other foot, and we'll compare blindfolded and unblindfolded. We'll start with unblindfolded. Vision open, and lifting the opposite foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and down. Now here, this felt pretty easy for me. How did it feel for you? Did you wobble a lot or a little? Did you make it all the way to 40? Now, blindfolds on. Same leg to lift. Hands together and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Blindfolds off, and there we go. Now I made it to 35. So again, I'm not hitting the same numbers I had when my vision was there. So let's talk about what we can do to help this. Well, one, do it more. The more you try and balance with the blindfold on, the more your body will get a sense and feel it for what it needs to do, where your center is. Second tip, calm down. Don't freak out. Don't stress it. Don't worry about, dropping your foot to the floor. Don't worry about falling over. Because really, it's going to happen eventually. Nobody can stay balanced forever. Even on 2 feet. Standing on 2 feet. Nobody can stand on 2 feet for their entire life. Eventually, the muscles are going to get tired. You're going to want to fall asleep. You're going to start to tilt and get that fatigue that will pull you down. So, at some point, you are going to be laying down. So don't worry about standing on one foot and thinking, all right, I can't touch it, I can't do it. Because the more you freak yourself out like that, the faster your heart rate moves, the more your blood pumps, the more equilibrium you're going to feel. Find balance in serenity. Calm, relinquished control. Let the universe take over for a minute and just be. So let's try that out. Again, with our blindfolds. And no count. Simply hold it up and focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out. Staying calm and tall while you're blindfolded on one foot. Ready? Blindfolds on. First leg and up. 40. Very good. Keep your blindfolds, but did you do better that time? Did it feel like you lasted longer? Or did you make it all the way to 40? All right, with the blindfolds remaining on, switch to the other foot. Remember, stay calm and breathe. Think tall thoughts and serenity. Ready? Let's lift to begin. Forty. Blindfolds off. All right. So serenity, that's our second tip. Third tip, let your knees stay slightly bent. A perfectly straight leg, a locked out knee, essentially puts you on a post, a stick. If you've ever tried to take a broom and turn it upside down and try and make it balance with the bristles up, it'll hold for a minute, maybe a second or two, but it's going to tilt over and fall eventually. It doesn't last very long. If our knee is locked out perfectly straight, we're similarly going to tip like that broom. Now, what happens with a straight knee is we're putting all the pressure on our ankle to adjust. So if I lean to one side, my ankle has to point and push me back to straight. If I lean forward, my toes have to push and pull me straight. That puts a lot of pressure on your ankle to try and get you to balance. If you have a slight bend to your knee, again, just relax your knee. Don't lock it up, but keep it loose and calm. We can then use the knee to shake and sit, dropping our weight if needed to adjust. Let's do a little experiment. Then we'll take a quick water break. Pick one foot, either foot, lock the knee. So the knee is super straight. Now, take your upper body and lean it around. See if you can make a circle. Without bending your knee, can you circle around? Eventually, you're going to tip. So do that a couple times. Feel it and pay attention to your ankle. Way down here, how does your ankle feel while you do this? My ankle's kind of pushing off the floor all over the place. Try and keep me up straight. Kind of doesn't quite hurt the ankle, but it's not comfortable either. Now let's try the same thing, but with a very slight bend to your knee. Kind of relax your knee down and reach around. Now, with my knee, if I lean to one side, I can bend my knee to just reset my balance, kind of pointing my knee out to pull me back. And this helps me regain my balance much easier. Now, how can we apply this to what we do in martial arts, in our karate? Well, when you kick, don't do it with a straight back leg. So when we do a front kick, we're not here. We're here with a slight bend. This allows me to push my weight forward without dropping forward. Just like when we had our blindfold on, allowing us to feel where the weight is, offset our center to make sure that we stay balanced, but push an extension way out front. All right, let's take a quick water break, get a sip, get a drink, and when we come back, we'll start throwing some punches and kicks with our blindfold, running through our Kihon. Ready? All right, we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So go ahead, finish your water, finish your sip. Again, you don't want to chug a lot, just a sip or two to get the moisture back in your mouth and your throat, and we return. Katsuke, ready, dismiss. Now, for this next portion, we're going to put our blindfolds on, but we're going to keep them there. So go ahead, place them on, but keep your eyes open for just another moment. Because what we're going to do now is our squat, punches, and blocks, as we took a look at last week, as well as our basic kicks. Now, the entire time we're doing this, we're going to do 10 punches, 10 of each block, 10 of each kick. I want you to feel how your body moves. Where's your weight shifting? And are you falling over? Can you keep your feet in the same position they are? Or when you kick, deliver the kick and put it back where it started. Let's try it out. Blindfolds up. So we are now unable to see. Shigachi's down. Shudanzuke, squat punches. And itch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roku. Seiji. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Hey. Check your stance. Are you still sitting low? Are your knees still bent? Do you feel your shikirachi? Jodan-uke, high blocks. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. Again, check your stance. Are you still seated down? You should feel your legs. Feel your shoulders pulling, rolling back. So you're kind of puffing your chest up, sitting tall. Chudaruke, outside blocks. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. Check your stance. Are you still seated? Are your knees pushing out to your toes? Ura chudanuke. Ich, ni, san, shi. Feel your arm draw all the way across your body. Go, roku, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. And geidanuke. Check your stance. Are you still seated down? Feel it in your thighs. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go, roku, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. And yame. Stand on up. Relax. Shake it out. Now keep your blindfolds so you can listen to my voice. How did your stance feel as you were doing those shikirachi punches and blocks? Did you feel the muscles more than if you had vision? Odds are yes, because when we deprive one sense, the others start to become a little more acute. They sense a little bit more than what they're used to. Now let's try it with our kicks. Starting with my giri, front kick. Put your left leg back, guards up, and we're going to kick off the rear leg. So feel it in the back there. Feel the toes pushing into the floor. Remember to lift to your chamber, knee up, extend, pushing the ball of the foot out, drawing back to chamber, and then place it back where you started. Now for this, take your blindfold down for a minute, and let's give ourselves a little aid here. I want you to find something nearby. This can be a rubber band, a piece of paper, a piece of tape, something that you can put on the ground where your back toes should touch. So that right now, I know I can feel my toes touching the rubber band I just put on the floor. This will tell me if I return to the same position. That is, if it doesn't stick to your foot. So, give a kick or two to see if your object will remain. For me, I'm going to switch to a notepad. The notepad isn't going to stick to my foot. Place my rear foot on the pad so that after I kick, I can return and feel where that pad is. All right, blindfolds on. Ready up. My giri. Ich, ni, san, shi. Lift your knee all the way. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roko. Sechi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Switch your feet. Best way to do this, take your lead foot back, and then take your old back foot up. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi. Go. Roko. Sechi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And relax. Shake it out. Ready to turn, placing your left foot in the back, touching your pad or whatever object you're using. Lead foot shoots out to the front and move to axe kick. Remember, swing across, drag it down your middle. Here we want to feel where is the center of my body because we can't see it anymore. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go. Roko. Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. Switch your feet. And Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Go, Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. And switch it back. Yokogiri side kick. Now here, we're gonna have a pivot. So after we lift our knee up, we're gonna rise, turn our body before extending out, turning back, and replacing to where we started. The trick here is turning our weight on the lead ball of the foot. So lift, twist, push the kick, twist back, and replace. Our lead leg should never change its position. It's turning on the ball of the foot, so the ball of the foot will never change position. The heel will. The heel's going to spin around, but the ball should remain right where it is. Ready? Let's try it out. Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Go, Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. Switch feet. And Ich, Ni, Sun, Woo, Shi, Go, Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. Good. Switch it back. Formal Washigiri. Similar pivots. Feel the lead toes digging into the ground. Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Go, Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. Switch your feet. And Ich, Ni, Sun, Shi, Go, Roko, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. And relax. Blindfolds down. And are you where you started? Or did you move your position? If you moved around, well, that means your balance was a little off. And your feet stumbled a couple of times. But that's all right. And practice makes perfect. And by cutting out our vision, we can get a greater sense of where our balance is and how our weight is affected by our movement. All right. Last bit, our katas. Now we're going to walk through. We got an Ich, we got a Ni, a couple of times. In fact, we may even go a little bit of Pinan Nidan towards the end if we have time. But what I want you to get a feel for is where you're stepping out to. Think about, where am I now? And am I stepping out to my left? Out to my right? When I step back, am I crossing my feet fully? To get a sense of your motion. Now we're going to do this very slow. every time you step, I want you to reach out with that foot and probe. That means we're not shooting to the step. Instead, I want you to reach out slowly, set to your stance, and then turn. Step up slowly, kind of feeling with your toes, feeling with your foot on where you're going. Because if you get turned around, or if there's something nearby, you don't want to stub your toe on a wall. You don't want to hit your pinky toe on a coffee table or slam your knee into the wall. By reaching out with our feet, we can feel if the space is safe before turning and applying ourselves to it. All right, let's go. Blindfolds on. Countate. And we got itch. Yo, on my count. Up, reach out, low block. Up, up. Feel that cross step in the turn on your toes. Up, up. Stepping out to the left. This should bring you down the line. But keep your blindfolds on for now. Up. We'll find out at the end if we were correct. Up. Hey. All right, that's 3 punches down the line. Step to the back left corner. Up. 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 Towards your right corner. Up. Hey, quarter turn with a ki punch to the back. Up. There's 2. Up. There's 3. Up. There's 4. Up. Stepping behind. Up. Jodanzuke. Up. Geidan uke. Up. Jodanzuke. Hey, draw back with a quarter turn. Great. And stay right where you are. Remove your blindfold. Are you back where you started? Now I'm happy to say, I did. So I'm very happy with myself. This means that all of my stances were equal. They were stepping to the right angles, meaning I wasn't clotheslining, stepping one in front of the other, because that would offset my turn. Instead, I was stepping shoulder width apart, keeping my train tracks throughout, both towards the left side and right, and it returned me to the middle. If you returned a little off to one side, or you started facing this way and you ended facing this way, well, something happened to your steps. Your stances went funny somewhere. So let's go again. And as before, pay very close attention to your feet. Where they're stepping out. And for instance, the first step isn't just stepping straight to our left, but a little bit to the back. That way, when we turn, our chest is facing perfectly left. Let's try it out. Face to the front, blindfolds on, and we got itch. Yo. Up. Feel the stance and the turn. Up. Feel the stance. Are you squared up? Up. Crossing behind to turn on the toes. Squaring up at the end. So your chest is pointed in the same direction as your right toes. Up. Up. Stepping towards your left. So ideally, we should be facing down the line. Up. One punch. Up. Up. And third punch. Up. Left foot draws from behind. Drop your shikadachi into your zenkutsu. Make sure you're turning all the way into it. Up. Jodanuke. Up. Out to the right. For your zenkutsu. Up. Feel your stances. Up. Quarter turn. Ki. Gyakuzuke. That reverse punch. Hup. Number 2. Hup. Number 3. Hup. Number 4. Hup. Left foot steps behind, crossing to get the turn for your block. Hup. Make sure you're going slow so you don't hit something by accident. Hup. Feel your weight. Hup. Hey. Great. Hold where you are. Blindfold down. Are you back facing where you started? In the position that you started. All right, moving on for forget a knee. If you haven't done forget a knee yet, continue running for the itch, keeping your own count. Keeping on the pace that I'm giving, but forget a knee is a shorter kata, so we're going to be ending before you do. So forget itch, keep going past when I call yoi, as your kata is going to continue beyond that for 21 steps. In fact, you like to count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, every time you move. That's a great way to pick it. All right, blindfolds on, facing front. And forget a knee. Yoi. Hup. Left hand, Jodan Uke. Hup. Step through, Jodan Zuke. Hup. Step back onto the line. Ura Churunuke to a rolling Gedan Uke. Hup. Turn to the right, drawing up for a right hand, Jodan Uke. Hup. Step through, Jodan Zuke. Hup. Step back on the line once more for a straight Gedan Uke. Hup. Drawing up to the front, left foot, Chudan Uke. Hup. Step to the right, Chudan Uke. Now, here we're going to go toward kick. Go slow. And again, prod with your foot. Don't just drop. The last thing you want to do is fall onto something on the ground. You know, dropping your weight on a Lego that you didn't know was there. Hup. My Gary. Place. Elbow. Hup. Punch low. Block low. Punch middle. Hup. Draw the right foot up. Chop behind. Hup. Left foot steps through. Hup. My Gary. Again, reaching down before the elbow. Hup. Punch low. Block low. Punch middle. Drawing the left foot up. Hup. Chop back. Hup. Turn. So your face should be facing front. We're blindfolded, so we have no idea if we're correct. We're going to shoot that left foot back to a Zenkutsu before our double punch. Hup. Drawing feet up. Right foot shooting back for another double punch. Hup. Up to yoi. Now if we got itch, keeps going. So keep your own count here. Great. And staying where you are, blindfold down. Are you back where you started? Now for me, it looks like I'm turned about 5 degrees. So one of my draws, likely one of the chops, went a little funny on me, but I'm very close. As long as you're within an inch of where you started, 2 or 3 degrees off your center pivot, you are running well. Don't be discouraged with that sort of performance. That is still excellent. All right, let's go again. Blindfolds on. Great. We're gonna eat. Yoi. Hup. 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 You should be on the first chop. Hup. Hup. Just through the right Maigiri. Hup. Hup. The second chop. Hup. Hup. Last double punch. Hup. Onto yoi. Great. And blindfolds off to check. This time, I was much better. I was lined up back to where I started in a much better position. So, how did your katas feel? Did they feel a little wobbly? Did you feel off balance? If so, why? Because if they're feeling off balance, that means something's happening in your stances. Your stances aren't setting properly. Maybe they're too thin. Maybe they're too wide. Maybe you're trying to set up for the splits. That's too much. Or we're standing on a high wire with our feet too close together and not on our train tracks. These are all things to be aware of as you move through. Now, if you're completely uncertain, well, come to classes. Get back with your coach, get back with your sensei, and start working with them. Now, I know for the past 2 months, as we've been dealing with the global pandemic as it has been, studios have been shut down, ours included. So we haven't had access to direct instructor reviews outside of things like Skype or Zoom. But in this, I do have some good news. So put away your blindfolds for a moment, because I'd like to share this good news with you. And that news is we will be able to reopen our studio classes next week. So Tuesday, May 26th, we will be able to reopen for group lessons once more. Now, for my members or those who have signed up for our email contact list, I just put out a full briefing on how this process is going to work earlier today. So check your email. If you haven't gotten one, contact us. You can contact us through here on YouTube, through our Facebook Messenger, or through our email. But make sure to contact me so that I can go through how that process is going to work, as we do have several new policy updates to allow for a safe and healthy transition. Things such as masks will be required in class, washing hands upon entry, and roadside pickups at the end of each class. This way we have minimal contact with people entering the studio, and only those who are training will be. We'll also be adhering to all social distancing requirements and not performing any partner drills during the first at least several weeks of this reopening until we learn more about this disease and how to combat it. So, as always, safety is first and health is part of safety. I look forward to seeing you all there. If you're not a member of the studio and you've just been watching these on your own time to get a good workout in and learn a little bit more, consider joining. Consider coming in and moving around with us, because there really is no substitute for direct interaction with your sensei. They'll be able to point out things that you didn't even realize you were doing. It's things that you didn't know that you were feeling until they say, push this here, and then suddenly, light bulb moment happens. So, until then, continue playing with your face mask. Run through your drills and see how they feel differently than when your eyes are open. And really get a sense for your balance. All right, that's going to call it for today. We are 2 or 3 minutes early on this class, but that's all right. We will call it a little bit. Gasuke, great. Arigatou gozaimasu. Until next time, basic class is dismissed. I will see you in our Thursday live stream, and then with any luck, next week in our studio classes on Tuesday. Until then, bye-bye. Now, for those of you sticking around for the intermediate level or just tuning in now for it, I will get started here in about 2 minutes or so at the top of the hour. Until then, feel free to relax, run drills on your own, or ask questions through the comments section. I'd be more than happy to present, demonstrate anything that you need to see or would like to double check on. No, just going to read context. Respectfully and basic. All right, speaking up, it is time. All right, Shigo, if you can hear my voice, come on back. Make sure you have blindfolds at the ready, as if you weren't in our first class, we will be doing some blindfold practice through our Kihon drills. For me, I'm just using the face shield that I'm going to draw up a little high to cover my eyes. But if you don't have one of these ear strap versions, feel free to use a t-shirt that you can tie the sleeves around the back. You can even use your belt to come up and wrap around a few times before tying off. Key here is that it completely obscures your eyes so that you cannot see below or above and you are completely blinded. If you'd like to do this by closing your eyes on your own, that is acceptable too. Although, let's be honest, we all cheat a little bit when we do that. So, having a secondary backup can definitely help with that to ensure complete blindness in our movement. All right, let's get to it. Okay, great. Let's warm it up. Jumping jacks. Pitch. Eat. Some. Shoot. Go. Rook. Cinch. Touch. Coot. Ju. Pitch. Eat. Some. Shoot. Go. Rook. Cinch. Touch. Coot. Need. Pitch. Eat. Some. Shoot. Go. Rook. Cinch. Touch. Coot. Cinch. Itch. Eat. Some. Shoot. Go. Rook. Cinch. Touch. Coot. Ju. Yanchi. Itch. Knee. Some. She. Go. Rook. Cinch. Touch. Coot. Go to. Yummy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop for push-ups. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Take a seat. V-ups. I'm going to go with half V's today. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Excellent. Come on up. Pencil squats. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And shake it out. Bounce. And have a seat. Facing one foot out, grab your toes, and draw the elbow down. Itch. Knee. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Holding the toes, push the toes out. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Switch your grip. Drawing the elbow out. Itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Very good. Rub the knee. And switch. Grab the toes, pull the elbow down. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju, toes out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your grip, elbow out, ich, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Very good. Take your back leg over, hug the knee. And twist out. Switch. Hug the knee. Twist out. Good. Feet together. Butterfly. Reach the fingers forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. And shake them out. Switch to cobra. Looking up to the sky. And right knee up. Stretch the left side. Switch. Back down. Cat stretch. Draw up to downward dog. Walk your hands back, straight legs, and roll your spine. Bounce it up. All right. Should feel pretty good. Nice and loose. Now today, we're talking about balance and the use of blindfolds to cut off one of our senses. Now, as I mentioned in basic class, I'll do a quick review of this. We have 5 primary senses, the ones that we typically think of when we think of senses. And these are our vision, our smell, taste, hearing, and touch. When we remove one of these senses, other parts of us must take over to allow us to function normally. Now, the 5 senses aren't the only ones. We have many senses. We have a sense of gravity, a sense of up and down, a sense of balance and equilibrium, being left and right, what allows us to remain in a position without falling over. And it's that we're going to focus primarily on today, in how the removal of our sight really has an effect on the balance of our body. Now, there's many reasons for this. One of the main reasons why is our sense of vision, sight, gives us a sense of, the sky is above me, the ground is below me. If I know where the ground is, I know where to lean so I don't fall on the ground. The moment we take that away, or we close our eyes, or we are blindfolded, suddenly our body can't see where the floor is, and instead we have to feel it. We have to feel gravity in how it's tugging on the different parts of our body. Now, the nice thing is gravity is universal. It's going to pull on all the parts of your body equally. And when we're standing upright with 2 feet on the ground, all of our weight is pushing down through our spine, into our hips, through our legs, past our knees, and into our feet. So everything's just kind of stacked one on top of the other, like a can of Pringles or a tower of Legos. Every brick is set on top of the last one. Now, the wider we make the base of this, the stronger it becomes. Now, think of the pyramids, for instance. We're not going to be able to push a pyramid over. It's simply too heavy. But a skyscraper, not quite as hard. If we were to take a bunch of stones, rocks, and stack them together and glue them, if we have a very wide base on this stack of rocks and we push on the top, what's going to happen is the angle of this triangle, this pyramid, and we push on the top, is going to channel all that energy downwards into the ground. So as we push, it just forces into the base. If, however, we took all those stones and made a tower, so it's standing upright here, and we push on the top's going to lean, and there's nothing there to catch it. So as it leans, gravity will end up pulling it down the rest of the way. Our bodies are the same. And through our sense of vision, we can see where the ground is. So if I'm leaning a little bit to one side, my vision can tell me, all right, let's pull up this way. And our eyes will say, where am I going? How am I moving? Which way do I need to pull myself so that I don't fall over? But we get rid of that. We put on our blindfolds. Suddenly, our eyes don't work anymore. And we have to feel gravity and to draw on us. By using the sense of gravity, our sense of equilibrium, we no longer have to use our eyes to say, am I up or down? I can feel it. That means I can now use my eyes to address my opponent and say, is it their left leg leading or their right? Are they telegraphing a punch or a kick? Do they look off balance? And do I have an opportunity to attack? So our sense of sight can be used for a different purpose because we no longer have to use it and attribute brain power to standing up or holding our balance during a kick. So go ahead and grab your blindfolds, and we're going to go straight into our Kihon drills, starting with the Niko Ashidashi, high knife, low knife, double block, and hammers. Then we'll go into our augmented and stepping kicks to follow. At that point, we should be about set for a water break. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and set, feet shoulder width apart, blindfolds on, and drop your weight onto your right leg. Niko Ashidashi, Chudan Shuta Uki. And pitch. Feel the weight shift. Draw the hands into the strike. Feel, are your elbows drawn in? Is your rear hand pressing up on the solar plex? Lead hand pushed out at your shoulder. Knee. Shift the weight. Draw to strike. Are your shoulders back? Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Siji. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. Get on Shutoki with the circle draw. Pitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Siji. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. How's your weight? Is it set on one foot? Or are you sitting in the middle? Test it by lifting your front knee up. If you feel your body move, that means your weight wasn't placed. All right, Geidan Chitoiki from the hip draw. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. How's your weight? The double block from Pinan Shodan. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. And the hammer fist from Pinan Idan. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. How's your weight? Yame. Blindfolds off. And where are you standing? Now it looks like I shifted my position quite a bit there. That means at some point I did lose my balance and I had to readjust. My shift didn't keep me here. Instead, I may have overstepped and drawn to one side. So something to keep in mind as you're doing this. For me, I should probably run this drill a little bit more to regain that center and feel my feet to make sure I'm not drawing too much on the other side. So at the end of the day today, after we close the live stream, I'll probably run this drill another time or two to make sure everything's back to where it needs to be. But for you guys, we're gonna move on and keep pressing into our kicks. All right. Now for this, we're not gonna worry about hitting the targets. Instead, think front angles. We're going to shadow strike to the air, but keep in mind how each kick should be presented. Crescent kick coming out to in and drawing to your chamber. Hook kick, working from the pivot before returning. And back kick, setting in a cat stance before pressing behind. All right, blindfolds on. And start with crescent kick. Feel your weight locked into that front foot. And ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your feet. Shoulders back. Think tall thoughts. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your feet. Hook kick. This one's going to use a bit of a pivot. So this one we're most likely going to misalign. So go ahead, check your angle, open your blindfold for just a moment. Make sure you're facing forward before resetting it. Feel your balance, feel your weight as it shifts. Think tall thoughts and calm. Stay serene. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. Switch your feet. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sechi, hachi, ku, ju. And check your blindfolds. Are you facing front? Replace. Back kicks. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. Other foot. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. And remove your blindfold. Deep breath. Again. One more. Now, how'd your balance feel in that? During those kicks, did you stumble or fall? If so, then practice that kick on that side a bit more. This means this is the one to focus on during your weekend practices to really build up the proficiency and control for that specific kick. If you're stumbling, just means you need some extra practice. All right. Go ahead and set up for our stepping kicks. Now here you want to double check that you have plenty of space. So without your blindfolds, take a quick step to one side for delivery and return. Other side for delivery and return. This way you know you have space on either side and you're not going to accidentally hit something that's a little too close. Now for me on this side, there's a chair there that normally I could work around. But if I'm blindfolded and I don't kick quite right, I don't want to bash my toe. So I'm going to move this chair real quick. Because that chair has a metal backing. And if I hit that wrong with my foot, before addressing. All right, blindfolds on. And we're going to start with stepping side kick, Yokogiri. Ready? Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Now, one of the tricks for this is when you reset to the center, blindfolds down, recenter yourself. In between each kick, stick your shikadachi. Feel yourself come back and drop. This will make sure that your whole body is reset to a standard position or something that's very familiar before moving into the next. Right, Mawashigiri is next. Blindfolds on, round kick. Ready? Hitch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Blindfold down. Check your position. Hook kick. Blindfolds on. Hitch. Knee. Sun. Oh. Shi. Go. Keep going. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And yame. So, that groan you probably heard. That was me hitting the table in the back. Or maybe hit the wall. But I hit something with my foot because I didn't step in line properly. So, these sort of injuries tell you when things go funky. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, everyone's going to make a mistake every now and again. This is why we practice, and it never stops. The moment you think that your training is over is the day you stop being a martial artist, because that's when all of your skills are going to dwindle and fade away, and you'll become just as proficient as the white belt you started as. So, constant practice, diligence, and keeping up with your rehearsals are what makes the difference between a white belt and a black belt. Black belt's just a white belt that never gave up. All right, let's go ahead and pause there, take a break, get some water, and we'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, let's come on back. That's great. Great. And keeping on to your blindfolds, let's play with a little more balance. Now in this case, we're going to hold our tree pose first and then start holding some kick extensions, keeping a sense for how the foot, leg, and hips should feel during that full push. Now for these extensions, we're going to look to hold the leg up as high as you are able to. Now if that's to your knee, that's fine. If it's to your hip, excellent. Chest, even better. Head, I see you. And higher, go to competitions, man. So hold it up as high as you can. This is going to work the muscles best, but also give you a more intense balance to sort of feel and work off of. Now, the second thing we want to pay attention to is our ankle position, because we are in a full extension for these. So we want to make sure that the proper part of our foot is exposed for the contact or strike point on our hits. All right, first off, we're going to hold up our Maigiri front kick. For this, we'll do ball the foot, so the toes are drawn back, and the ball of the foot is extended for a thrust. We'll put our blindfolds on and hold this for 10 seconds to start. Blindfolds on, right leg, and chamber up, extend to hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw back and set. Left side. Remember, stay calm and breathe. Ready? Begin. Chamber up. Extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw and set. Back to the right. Another 10 seconds. You want to feel your abdomen, your core engaged to hold the leg up. Your thigh drawn tight to extend the knee. Your calf pulled to extend the ankle. And your instep flexed to pull the toes. All of these things drawn and held in position while you set your weight in your center. Feel where your center of balance is and remain calm in that position. Ready? 10 seconds. Begin. Chamber up, hold, and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw and set. Other side. Begin. Chamber up, extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw and set. Make sure you're using your chambers consistently. Back to the right. And go ahead, turn to your side with the right foot leading. So we're not going to worry about the pivot for this one. We're just going to draw up and extend the side kick. Ready? Lift and extend. What a touch. A little close to the wall there, and I hit, knocked something off the wall. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. That's on me. Right leg. And Yokogiri. Chamber. Extension. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw and down. Other side. Chamber up and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Again. Ready? And chamber up. Extend. Find your balance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. And set. Extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. Alrighty. Shake it out. Washigiri. Chamber up and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. Other side. Chamber up and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Dig deep. Doesn't matter if you're falling and your foot's dropping to the ground, that's all right. Bring it back up as soon as you can. Just keep pushing, keep working it. Practice makes perfect. Never give up. Ready? Blindfolds on. And chamber up. Extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Chamber up and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yame. Good. Right, relax, shake it out. One of the tricks that was taught to me that I could share with you. And again, this is a trick. It doesn't always work. But if you find that you're having difficulty in your balance, this can, this can help you pull yourself back to your center. And that is, when your arms are out, again, we never let our hands drag behind. If we have our kick out, we're not letting our hands drop over here. So we want to reach into the direction we're kicking. This helps put more weight that way. so we don't fall back. But we can use those hands to imagine that we're gripping onto a post, gripping onto a rope, or a couple of ladder hooks to hold ourselves in position, grab them, and then extend. So we're maintaining this grip and pulling our body up before releasing to come down. Just that image in your mind's eye of holding on to something that is stable will give your body a sense of stability for its own performance. Essentially tricking your body into thinking it's doing what you already want it to do. All right, let's keep going. Shake it out. And next, let's apply to some step-in combinations, specifically our blue stripe, the dodging techniques. Now for this, you want to, of course, make sure you have a clear space. There's nothing around that you could step or knock into, as we're going to be putting our blindfold on to dodge and move. So we're going to feel our stances, locking to position before we strike. These are shadow strikes. We don't necessarily need to have a bag, although if you'd like to use a bag, you're very welcome to do so, as this will help give you a target to strike towards. But of course, we are blindfolded, so you're going to have to use your mind's eye to picture where that is. All right, blindfolds on, fighting position. Number one, off with the jab. Up, inside block, back fist, Kyakuzuke, Maigiri. Reset to start. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Feel your weight. Where is it shifting? To your left leg or your right leg? Are you set in the center or preferring one over the other for a forward stance or a cat stance? Ready? Up. Here we should be in Shikadachi with the back fist. Up. Forward stance with the reverse punch. Up. And maintaining the weight for the kick before we draw back to our start. Let's do that 5 more times. Itch. Knee. Sun. Cheek. Go. And check the blindfold. Reset to your center. Make sure you're clear on all sides. And replace. Number 2, the cross punch. We're going to draw back foot in for a sliding block to the solar plex. Shifting out to a Shikadachi for the back fist. Hook or half Zenkutsu Uriken. And then a right leg Mawashigiri to the stomach. And reset to start. Ready? 10 times. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Freeze. Check your position. Reset to center. Reapply. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Chu. Open the blindfold. Check your position. And reset it. Again, our primary focus here is our balance. Make sure you're not tripping or falling. If you wind up off center from where you began, that's all right. That's not our main focus here. We're mainly looking to see, are we able to throw our techniques strong, fluid, And balance, meaning we're not tripping over ourselves, we're not falling or stumbling. We're able to glide into each one. All right, that brings us to our third technique based off of my Gary. We're going to draw back leg up to turn out with a low open door block. Left foot crosses in front for the crane. Moate or Gyakuzuke. Draw back to Nigo Ashidashi before our Maigiri. We'll then reset to the start. Ready? Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Check yourself. Drop the blindfold. Reset to position. And Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. Reset to position. Last one. Based off of Yokogari, we'll draw back to Nigo Ashidashi with a two-handed draw. Right hand underneath to pop the heel as we shift to a corkscrew. Chamber a side kick as we reach to the shoulder. Push and pull. And reset. Itch. And set in a shikirachi for the end. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Check your position. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And Yame. Shake it out. Loosen up. All right, again, these should come out feeling fluid without a stumble or drop at any point. Making sure you're prioritizing where your stances are moving to and locking before you deliver a strike and applying the power behind it. Because again, if we apply the power early before our feet are locked, that power is going to push you over. At the same time, if our feet aren't lined up the way we need them to be, they can create pressures on the floor that are more disbalanced than balanced. Balls of the feet are wonderful for your balance. All right, let's go ahead and move into a cool down with our katas, Piran Niran, Piran Shodan, and Nahachi Shodan. All right, blindfolds on. And Piran Niran. Yo. On the count. Feel your stance and then pop the strike. Before we get started, as a reminder, just in case you missed our basic class, take your time for these steps. Don't shoot a foot out, assuming that it's going to be somewhere safe. Again, we're not wearing any vision. We have a blindfold on. So if you are offline or there's something that you're getting too close to and you don't see it, last thing you want is to shoot into a shikirachi and suddenly you hit a door frame and bust your toes. So when we're blinded, we use our feet to feel where we are. Then once we know it's safe, we can deliver our strike. But then again, even with the strikes, make sure in your area there's nothing hanging off the walls, something that you could strike even if your foot was underneath. So move slowly and cautiously to avoid injury. But I'll leave it up to you to move at the speed you prefer. Just be aware, the faster you move, the more energy you're going to have, the harder you're going to hit something if you run into it. Ready? Keep it slow. Feel the balance. Pinan. Yo. Up. 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 This. Up. 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 Hey. 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 And freeze where you are. Drop the blindfold. Have you return to your start position, facing the same direction as you began. If you're not in the same position, your stances may have been a little longer, a little short on one of the sides. So take a closer look at where are your feet moving to before you commit to that position. If conversely, you start here and you end it facing this direction, well, one of your pivots may not have turned enough or possibly turned too far. So again, checking and feeling where your foot placement is before you commit to the stance is paramount. Let's go again. Pinan. Do. Up. Hey. 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 Up. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Hey. Hold position and drop the blindfold. So I ended in a very different direction than I started. Now, I could say why this happened to me. I noticed as I was running my form, I actually ran into one of the walls. Now, because I was moving slowly, I didn't throw my punch. It was, in fact, this punch here. So after our turn for the Gaidon Uke, stepping up for Jodan, I noticed I was touching a wall. So to make sure that I wouldn't go completely, I shortened my step, and by shortening my step, it made my turn go less. So then the rest of my kata subsequently was off center. But I'll know what to address it because of the one thing that changed in my presentation. And I can feed or sort out what happened and caused me to end here rather than here. Being mindful of your actions. All right, next up, Pinan Shoran. Ready? Blindfolds on, and ready? Pinan Shoran. Yo. Up. Hey. 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 Up. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Break, freeze, and check. So how's your position? Are you back? Keep going. Again, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I think you already know what I was about to say. So let's keep going. Feel. Don't think. You're not shut on. Go. Up. Hey. 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 Up. Good. Breathe and relax. So, Jan Shodan. Now we have time left. We'll go through one more, then we'll call it a little early today. So, let's run into Nahanchi Shodan. Again, check your space so you have plenty of room on either side. Nahanchi Shodan. Go. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. This. Up. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. This. Go. Right. Freeze. Blindfolds down. How's your position? Now, the nice thing about Nahanchi is it's a straight line. So we should be right back where we started, facing front. If you're turned a little bit, that means likely one of your stops or cross steps didn't align properly. And potentially you were stepping in front, which drew you up, or you were stomping back, which turned your ankle. So be mindful of this and feel, where's that side-to-side motion? Let's go again. Now, Shodan, go. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Hiss. Up. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Hey. Hiss. Up. Achioi. Break. Freeze and check. All right. And there we have it. Now, your blindfold can be a real tool to help check your techniques, getting a sense for where is your balance point. Are you standing up straight? Are you leaning to one side a little bit more than others? And are you smooth in the presentation? Something so simple can completely change how your body feels in action. Now, keep in mind, we may not always have use of our eyes. When it comes to self-defense, we want to make sure that we are aware of and potentially ready for a multitude of scenarios, which includes an attacker at night when visibility is very low. an attacker who throws something to our eyes or scratches us, and suddenly we can't open our eyes because we have, dirt or sand or something hurts. Same if we get punched and we do catch one in the face. When you get punched in the eye, I don't care how tough you are, you're going to start watering up. The body simply reacts. It's not a conscious decision to start crying when you get punched in the eye. It's a different kind of cry. It's not a "I'm in pain, help me" type cry. It's a stimulus. Like if you get a little, like an eyelash, and your eye starts to water, it reacts the same. The water is there to try and take whatever foreign material it thinks is there out. But when it's starting to swell up and you got water running through it, it's hard to get it to focus. And it's at these times that trusting your sense of balance can make the difference between your enemy overwhelming you or you being able to continue to fight strong regardless of your vision. But until next time, practice makes perfect. Work hard and diligent. And I'll see you in the next one. Katsuke. Already got to Kazamas. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye. Boink. Boink.